Hi, this is Jim Jordan with Crave Vibrant Health, and today I want to go into the back end of a NES scan so you can see what is actually in a NES scan. So the last time I spoke to you, I told you about how the NES bioenergetic system has done wonders for myself and my clients, gathering data and information that there's no way I could have ever gotten through any other system. And it's helped me resolve health issues for myself and my clients with amazing quickness and efficiency. So the first step is get a scanning device. I have one in my office for my if you're doing a scan at my place. Otherwise, I can mail you one if you're a remote client, and you plug it into your computer and download the NES scan software, and then just start the scan. It's very simple. You put your hand on the scanner, and it'll 15, 20 seconds there, and the scanner picks up information from your body field that then is translated into about 300 different bioenergetic markers that we can assess in NES scan. So to do that, let's go to the NES scan. Let me share screen here. Okay. So we're going to review my NES scan that I did. There's about 10 screens here. These icons at the top of the bar, that top bar here, are all screens with information from the scan. And I'm just going to do this in sort of chunks, because each video, I don't want it to be too long. I want you to get the information you need and start to get an idea of what can you find out about your health in a NES scan. So screen number one is energy source. That's where you get your energy from in the environment. So remember, I've said in a previous video that my perspective is that there's three factors for health. There's energy, information, and raw materials. Energy is what you need to sort of power your body field, power your organs, power your endocrine system. So energy, everything needs energy to function. Information is what are the correct instructions for those organs and systems, the blood vessels, the heart, your brain, the instructions for them to work properly, the instructions for detoxification, the instructions for digestion, the instructions for building certain proteins. All that is information. The NES system will tell us also where is the information distorted, what needs to be corrected, what information is not accurate, that could be sending incorrect instructions. That's why your health is not good. So energy and information, and then raw materials. Do you have the building blocks? Do you have the amino acids and fatty acids and minerals and elements like hydrogen and oxygen that you need to be healthy? So energy, information, and raw materials. And this first screen, actually these first two screens, are really related to energy. So energy that we get energy from the environment. We get energy from our diet, our hydration, our exercise, etc. So the NES scan over here on the right side, it says scan priority. So scan priority is this scan item important? If it is, it's a purple, high importance. Secondary, orange, yellow, green. So for our purposes, almost always it's just purple that we focus on. Purple means for your system at this time, it's important to deal with. It's not comparing you to anybody else. It's comparing your body field, the strength of your body field in this scan item to what is optimal. That's it. So in my system, diet was not a priority. Neither was hydration. But if it is, you'll see it. And if it isn't a priority, you can click on the item, and then you'll read what it means, what the scan item means, and then there's recommendations, hacks, and lifestyle changes, things like that. And also in the NES system, there are custom remedies for specific scan items that are priorities. So we go to diet. Of course, if the diet is not correct, if your diet is out of balance, it'll show up as a purple scan priority, or perhaps orange as a secondary. Hydration too, that's very important. If you're dehydrated, the scan will pick it up. And I corroborate all these things with other either diagnostics or sleuthing, where I'm convinced this is the quickest way, a most efficient way to get to priorities to address for your health. My first secondary priority even is oxygenation. So this can relate to not getting enough oxygen, not doing enough aerobic exercise, which I'm guilty of. I have not done enough lately. And it's just reminding me, or maybe breathing through my mouth too much. There's all kinds of hacks. There's all kinds of ways you can improve oxygenation. That's all going to be found in the recommendations here. The next two items are day and night. Okay, these relate to the circadian rhythms. Day is going to always relate to light, whether you're getting enough sunlight. Our body runs on energy, and one source of energy is biophotons. It's actually a crucial source of energy. We get ultimately we get more energy from the sun than anything, even from our food. It's converting sun energy, light, into food. So biophotons, light energy is really important. And if that's a priority, it'll show up. It'll say, you need more light. You need more sunlight, essentially. Night is the inverse of that. You're getting too much stimulation from your computers and your telephone and your television and all that, and your overhead lights. It's too much stimulation. You need less of that blue light at night. You need to block that light, okay? Okay, for some of you who are questioning maybe if it says Jewel Baldwin at the bottom here of the screen, this is my partner, Jewel's Zoom account. So it's Jim Jordan here, though. I promise you that. The next one, the one that comes up where it's, in my case, it's secondary priority, is big fields. Big fields relates to the big fields of the Earth. The Earth has very powerful magnetic fields. There's 3 different axes that are measured by this: magnetic, equatorial, and vertical axis of the big fields of the Earth. And those are all found in the BFA sub results. And these basically relate to different ways our body field might not be aligned with the Earth's magnetic fields. In my case, grounding, I was not doing enough earthing. Normally I do a lot of it, but for me, I was not doing it for the last week or so. And dinged me. It's just saying, pay attention, get back on the ground, get back in touch. Maybe it was the weather or something, I forget, but I wasn't outside much for a bit. It's just saying, it's just reminding me, get back in touch with the Earth again. Okay, that's what the big fields are about. Polarity is essentially, it includes big fields. It includes the Earth's magnetic fields, it includes grounding, but it also has another factor. So this is sort of a broader, more fundamental imbalance that can occur when there's electromagnetic radiation that is perhaps disturbing a person. So you need a slightly negative charge on the body field. And if there's a positive charge from EMFs, from air travel, from stress, from all kinds of things that could be happening, not being in touch with the Earth enough, polarity is up. And for me, it's up. And I'm happy to have it up, because to correct polarity will start to have a downstream effect on every other scan item in the scan. So the way the scan works is this first screen has a downstream impact on everything else. And each screen after that has a downstream impact on everything else. So you want to correct these first, this energy source screen right away. So these are, and they have massive impact will have on your health if you start to correct the polarity. So I'm taking, there's a remedy for polarity. They're called infoceuticals, and I'm taking that remedy. I just started it a few days ago after the scan, and it's going to make a difference. And this is a way you can read more about it, but it does relate to EMFs, electromagnetic fields that are not harmonious. It also relates to stress and not a lack of being grounded. And grounding sometimes relates also to just sort of a process where you're don't feel stable. You're in a lot of flux. And I have that in my life right now. There's a lot of instability, thinking about moving and things so there's a lack of groundedness and more energy in the head thinking and less in the body. So that's what the scan is also saying, get back into the body, get out of your head, Jim, get out of your head, whoever's listening, get into your body. Don't be too spinning around in your mind, because if you are, then this is going to pull up these things like big fields and polarity. I'm going to go over one more screen here for this video shoot because I think it's important. We can go to energy strength. Okay. Energy strength is also about energy too. So like energy source is the source of energy. Strength is the strength of the different systems of the body, different organs and systems of the body. Is there enough juice and vitality? Is there, like, if your body is a house, is there enough electricity in the kitchen, there in the bedroom, in the living room? So that's sort of where's the energy? Don't say there's some outage. You don't have the power going to your bedroom. There's no light there, or the heat's not working there. So you got to correct it. But the bigger source is the energy source. You want to get energy coming in, and then all these different items here you can see some of them are purple. So we're going to talk about those. But the first one is source energy. That is basically and that tracks back to the first screen, the source of, there's something off in my case in polarity. So there was a source deficiency, something that's not quite right. So source energy is basically, again, if you click on it, you can see source energy is, and you can read life force energy. Helps power all other of these drivers. These are called drivers. ED stands for energetic driver. Energetic driver number 1 is source energy. Energetic driver number 2 is called heart imprinter. That is the energetic heart field's imprinting function of information throughout the body field. So it's not exactly the physical heart. It relates to a function of the heart field. It relates to positive emotions, of course. Okay, and the heart field always positive emotions in Chinese medicine. This is really very important. Okay, so this was not a priority for me, but it can be a priority for some people. And again, you can read through all these screens has loads of information on each scan item. I'm going to go through this basic ones here and sort of talk more about the ones that came up purple for me so you get an idea, because it would take me, probably a little too long for your patients to watch all this, but I want you to get the idea of what you see in a scan. Cell driver. Cell driver is related to cellular energy function, ATP, energy production. And again, this doesn't say that a person, in this case me, has less energy than the norm. It's saying within my system, it is prioritizing cell driver. It's a subjective internal grading system. Like you could be a student that gets, has an A average, but if you have a low A or a B plus, that's a priority for you, as opposed to a C student. If you got an 88, that would be a good grade. That wouldn't be a priority. That would be it wouldn't be purple for that person, right? That would be the best grade they got. So it's not comparing you to anybody else. It's saying within my system, cellular energy is a priority right now. So that's mitochondrial function. That's getting more sunlight, getting more earthing, getting better sleep quality. All of these things, possibly taking an infoceutical for cell energy. All these things relate to cell driver infoceutical. There's a remedy for that. Exercise, all kinds of things, getting your diet, more dialed in to produce energy. So this was a priority for me. Then the next one is nerve driver. That's the nervous system, obviously. And there's just each one of these scan items has unbelievable amounts of information. So again, I'm not going to go over all this. It's beyond the scope of the video, but I want you to see what you can find out in a NES scan. Circulation driver, there, cardiovascular system. Absolutely. Is that underpowered? Okay, important to check out. Heart driver, the heart, physical heart itself, is that underpowered? ED7 lung driver, the lungs, all this stuff all this information is coming in through a NES scan. Stomach driver is the next priority for me. So stomach driver is, of course, the digestive system. It is underpowered. Get some support, take some enzymes, get your microbiome reorganized. Okay, there's going to be an effect into every system of the body if your digestion is not strong. So this is a reminder to me, get back on those gentle digest herbs, get support, chew my food more thoroughly. Don't eat while you're watching a video. These are all reminders. So think of these as reminders to get a little more tune up here, more attention to digestion. Muscle driver. Muscle driver is, of course, the muscular system. Skin driver is the skin. The skin is not just the external skin, by the way. It's the inner skin of the lungs and the gut too. That's what it's really talking about, both of those. So the skin, yes, and in Chinese medicine, it includes the lungs and includes the digestive tract. So leaky gut can also show up as skin driver could come up because your gut lining is weak. So that's something else that's found in this scan. Liver driver, of course, for the liver, critical. Kidney driver, both of these were not priorities in my case. Immunity driver, the immune system. All this stuff is being graded here. Fantastic. Spleen driver, the spleen. This is big. You know, let's go. Spleen matches with immunity and lymphatic system. Spleen in Chinese medicine relates to worry, too much worrying and anxiety. This will show up for people if the spleen is being affected. Pancreas driver, this is, of course, we know pancreas all about blood sugar regulation, digestion, and bone driver. So that completes the scan items for the energy strength screen. There's a few other things at the bottom here. These are called ESs instead of EDs, energetic stars, which are remedies that are a little more compound remedies, deal with more metabolic functions. Triple cavity relates to hormonal function. Getting the thyroid and the overall endocrine system, adrenal, thyroid, pituitary, hypothalamus, that axis is all being graded here in terms of priority. And again, with a scan, you know, where do I start? What is my starting point? Right now, I can see right now from the first two screens, I need to go polarity, cell driver, and stomach. Those are my priorities. You don't wait till you're sick to do a scan. You do it beforehand. You get sick after you let these things go for too long. The ideal use of NES is to use it when you're feeling good too, not just when you're feeling sick. Use it when you're feeling good to cut off. Your body starts going to balance slowly and gradually. I wish I had this 10 years ago, you know, or more than that. I mean, I wish I had my whole life, but I didn't. I got it 4 years ago at the height, the depth, I'd say, the deepest, lowest point in my health I had in many years. I was very, very ill. And thank God I paid attention to this and I started using it and I had the patience to stick with it. Muscle Star, there's two more items here. Muscle Star relates to the muscles, but also the neurological system. It's called Muscle Star, but it does relate to mental degeneration, onset of aging, Alzheimer's, things like that, and stem cell activity. And the last one here is male. If your woman was doing the scan, it'd be female. It relates to hormones, male hormones in this case. So all of this is in the driver screen. So energy strength screen, the energetic drivers for NES Health. I think I want to leave it at these first two screens for this video because there's too much information to go here, but I'll be putting out other videos on this. But for now, I want to just go back to, I'll stop screen share. Okay, so yes, so basically the NES bioenergetic system is a complete system of assessment and then recommendations to correct anything that's found out of balance. I will do another video soon for covering the next section of the scan. For now, I just want you to see what does the energy source screen look like? What does the energy strength screen look like? What types of information do you get? And what can you do to correct that? So when you see the whole picture, you'll see just how thorough a NES scan is. And for those who want more information, go to my website, createvibrant.health.com, and look under services. And I have a whole page on NES Health. And you can always email me or call my office, and I'll be happy to go over what I can do for you in that scan. It can be done in person or it can be done remotely. I ship these scanners all over the country and to other countries even, and clients all over the place doing it and loving it. It is hands down my favorite thing I've done in my practice. So for today, that's part one of the what is in the back end of a NES scan. What do you see in a NES scan? You know, that's it for now. I'll dial in another one in the next week or so, 5 to 7 days, and I'll have some more up there. But for now, I hope this is helpful, and feel free to contact me with any questions. This is Jim Jordan, with Create Vibrant Health. Wishing you a great day.